Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Vande Guru Paramparam Vande Guru Paramparam. Last class we are talking about the hypocrites who Anye Pakhandina Sarve Jnana Vatasu Durbalaha Ekam Vedanta Vijnana Svanubhutya Virajate. Other than the viewpoint from the absolute truth, everything else is Pakhandina. Those who are talking about any philosophy other than that which is one without a second are hypocrites, in short. And then there all those different things were taken. Here it says Ekam Vedanta Vijnanam. Only the thought process of Vedanta Swanubhutya Virajate can bring you to self-realization. Everything else brings you one step down. It can take you to the maximum, but not, it can take you to totality, but it cannot take you to the unity. That is the difference. And therefore, one must continuously, what is the Vedanta practice? Keep moving your mind from manyness to oneness. आजकल जापान में चल रहा है ना minimalism. It's coming into Australia also. So be minimalist, not only in possessions, also in thoughts, and remain aware. Do it alertly. Do it. Be vigilant that unwanted thoughts are not coming and taking over. Unwanted philosophies, angles of view of what the culture is, what the philosophy is, what you are, what is Sanatana. So many people are talking about it. But everyone is not telling the truth. Truth is only Vedanta. And that is Sanatana Dharma. Then it keeps getting watered down and becomes religion. So we are not talking here about religion. We are talking about the one without a second. Repeat. Aham mametyayam bandho. Aham mametyayam bandho. Verse 29. Naham mameti muktata. Naham mameti muktata. Bandho moksho gunairbhati. Guna prakriti sambhavaha. Bandho moksho gunairbhati. Guna prakriti sambhava. So where does the bondage begin? It begins with I and mine. Aham and mama. Bhagavad Gita begins with what is the first word of Bhagavad Gita? Dharma kshetra, dharma. And what is the last word of Bhagavad Gita? Mama. The mama dharma. So what is mama dharma? What is my duty? What is my righteousness? Another word for dharma is righteousness. My righteousness or my duty is to be free of I and mine. And what is I and mine? I am a man, I am a woman, I am not, I should not pray at sunset, I should pray at sunrise, I should not touch with this, I should not touch with that. The rules are there, no doubt. But if it becomes क्या बोलते हैं उसको? Superstition, then it is a problem. You must know why you are doing it. See? So, this is my body. From once you say it is my body, then it is my wife, it is my husband, it is my children, it is my parents, it is my house, it is my money. शुरू हो गया माया का चक्कर. तो इसमें से निकलना है. And all thoughts are of what is mine is for this I. So eyes, I remember in the beginning we told the diet of the eye is all other thoughts. So reduce the thoughts. I and my is the bondage. To be devoid of the sense of I-ness and my-ness is liberation. If we are looking for being free, to be liberated, to be one with the Sadguru, to be one with the divinity, to be one with the one absolute truth. There is no other option but to dissolve the I and mine. Where in your daily life the I and mine is absent? Tell me. In your daily experience. In sleep there is no I and mine. Where else? Huh? No, you are. Who is answering? You will say, I am answering. So I is there. I'm saying, in your daily life, he gave one example. In the sleep, there is no I and there is no mine. Because there are no thoughts. Where else? Think clearly. Is there no I there? Are you not having a dream? Are you not having interaction with other people in the dream? Are you not having a family in the dream? So think and answer. Okay, very good point. After death, there is no I and mine. Very good point. One more place.
Between two thoughts?
Between two thoughts. Between two thoughts, there is no I and mine. Chalo, koi to sun raha hai. So good, two good points. One is at time of death. After death, there is no I and mine. In sleep, there is no I and mine. And between two thoughts or between two breaths, there is no I and mine. Now, what is your game of life now? Keep catching these 3 points. Be a living dead, or be a wakeful sleeper, or be aware between the two thoughts all the time. Keep this game going on all the time. हो गया काम. सारे स्क्रिप्चर्स की जो मूल है वो तुमने पकड़ लिया. You got the essence. Nothing special has to be done. Keep living your life, but keep your attention in these 3 places. That's it. For that you don't have to do any pranayam, no yoga, no scriptures. But because of scriptures we are coming to this point. But those great masters who have found this answer without studies of scriptures, like Ramana Maharishi, what does it mean to be dead? He practiced dead and he became a Ramana Maharishi. You see? Bondage and liberation are due to the gunas, and gunas are born of Prakriti. Gunas are Sattva, Rajas and Tamas, and they are born of Prakriti. The Moola Prakriti vibrates to become Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. That Sattva, Rajas, Tamas then becomes everything, From Tamas comes the 5 elements, from Rajas aspect of the 5 elements come the Devtas, from the Sattvic aspect comes in ourselves comes the Buddhi, etc., etc. So we want to go beyond the 3. We want to go to the Moola. We don't want to remain in the Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, flitting. Waking is Sattva, dream is Rajas, sleep is Tamas. So continuously are flitting in and out of them. We want to find a way out of this rather than keep getting recycled every day. You are not getting recycled. You are believing that you are getting recycled. Actually speaking, you are not, because you know the 3 come and go. The one who knows is other than the 3. So catch this point. Bondage is me, mine, aham and mama naturally. And so go through life. If you can't drop my child, my husband, my parents, my house, you can't. These 3 points which we just said just now, between the 2 thoughts or 2 breaths, in the sleep be aware, be awake, and if you want to wait till the last moment, die with awareness, breathe the last breath with awareness, or ye 3 points ho gaye. So automatically you will come to this. So mind is necessarily dependent on I, or other words we can say the diet of I is mind. So we have addressed that before in one of the verses. Therefore, first, apara vairagya, that is no expectation of any kind from anyone, is to be achieved. This comes the first step, yama, in Ashtanga Yoga. Don't disturb anyone and don't get disturbed by anyone. Means, another way of putting it, no expectation. Expectation will lead to anxiety. Bhagavad Gita also, after Bhagavan gave the highest knowledge to Arjuna, he did not understand it. Bhagavan had to come down to his level. The first lesson he gave was Karmanyavadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Don't expect any results in life. Perform whatever has to be performed wherever life has placed you. but don't expect a result. So first thing, it's very difficult to give up the past. It's easy to give up the expectation of the future because you know it is not born. So no expectation of any kind from anyone has to be brought about in our mind, that disposition. Right of all rights, then every moment is a surprise. Like it was a surprise for Kamakshi today.
Yes, Swami. Real surprise.
Everything is a surprise.
Exactly. Didn't even
When we don't elaborate, class is going on.
Yes.
मैंने दिया तो पकड़ लिया. Take over the class. So when we live in that abandonment of no expectation, miracles happen. Miracles happen. I can tell you few who have shared with me in this last 3-4 days. See? So, but we have to live without expectation. That's the name of the game. When your mind is cluttered with the thoughts, I'm repeating this again, I've said it before. Your mind is cluttered with the thoughts of past memories and future expectations. It is easy to give up the future expectation because future is not born yet. When future comes, it comes as a present. It never comes as a future. Isn't it? So when you understand this, you will stop thinking, oh, yaar, what I have to do right now, that's it. जो होगा होगा, पहुंच गए तो पहुंच गए, नहीं पहुंचे तो नहीं पहुंचे. So right of all rights, this way, then every moment is a surprise. This is mamata which has to be overcome so that dispassion is achieved. It is that attachment to the future results which keeps us in the loop. Drop that. Lesser the load of mamata, weaker is the I, ahanta. Lesser is the attachment, weaker is the I. I survives, thrives on attachment. This is my body, attachment. This is, I cannot live without breath, attachment. I'm thinking good thoughts, attachment. These are my children, attachment. Everything is attachment. I am a wise old 70 years old, attachment. You know, tell me how old I am. उस बुड्ढे को बोलो you are 16-year-old, खुश हो जाएगा. इन्हें तेरा दिमाग 16 साल का है, तू बुड्ढा है. So that was the 29th verse. In the 30th verse, Jnanamekam sada bhati. Jnanamekam sada bhati. Sarvavasthasu nirmalam. Sarvavasthasu nirmalam. Mandabhagya na jananti. Mandabhagya na jananti. Swarupam kevalam bruhata. Swarupam kevalam bruhata. This one pure consciousness illuminates all the 3 states of consciousness. What are the 3 states of consciousness? Waking consciousness, dream consciousness, and deep sleep consciousness. Who illuminates these 3? That one consciousness, the one who is nodding right now. That, yeah, I know these 3 came and went. That one we are talking about. That cannot be the waker, that cannot be the dreamer, that cannot be the deep sleeper. Then how come this consciousness is not available in dream and deep sleep and only available in waking? Why it appears sometimes, just now when I asked the question, you all nodded. It was not the waker who nodded. The instrument nodded, but at the back, the recognition was that is me, the one who is separate from these 3. Because waking state is a sattvic state. That is why it appears here every now and then. In dream, there is too many thoughts, so it's no possibility. It is there, but you cannot catch it. In deep sleep, it is plentifully available, but you are ignorant. The veil of Maya has covered it, or veil of ignorance has covered your mind. So it's not available. So it's only available here. So sadhana is possible only in the waking state. One must practice the sadhana only in the waking state. Then he says, consciousness. The ignorant ones know not their own omnipresent nature. So who are the ignorant ones? Those who think. Those who think they are the waker. Those who think they are the dreamer. Those who keep wishing that they have wonderful sleep or they did not sleep. They keep thinking about either the three states or samadhi, or they keep thinking about events in these three states. Either they think of bliss, it was so blissful in deep sleep. They'll keep ruminating that bliss. Or in dream, if some projection was there, some beautiful story was going on, they'll keep thinking about that. And in the waking, whatever they are attached to, they keep thinking about that. Or they had their bucket list. Ye karna, tick, 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 tick. So they are law. Who are these fellows who keep thinking about these? The ignorant ones. In that category also comes that person who wants to keep meditating. He is also ignorant. Why? Because you are infinite consciousness. Infinite consciousness never meditates. It is full of itself. That's what you are. So does it mean that we do not meditate? No, you must. With this knowledge that I must come to a point where I am comfortable wherever life has placed me. I used to do Navaratri festival, this festival, that festival, this vrat, that vrat, this puja, that puja, सब कुछ करके अभी मैं माता कितनी चीज़ें लगाता था माथे पे, गले में कितना पहनता था, हाथ पे लगा रहता था, अभी कुछ नहीं है, सब छूट रहा है. और अभी साधना भी नहीं करनी पड़ती. क्यों? Because you are not made it into a special event of your life. Sadhana is not a special event. Because sadhana is taking you to yourself. And you are always. So how can it be special? Special is only I. And that is the individual. We want to dissolve this fellow. So here it says, followers of dharma, karma. Arey, dharma, karma aa gaya idhar bhi. Our two Sherpas, the followers of dharma, karma and upasana are focusing on prakriti, the matter. This is a very important point which many sadhakas fail to understand, because bhed chal hai. Just follow like a sheep. Someone is doing, someone has some powers and he says something, they follow that person, and after 50, 20, 30, 40 years, they are, no improvement has happened, but I have been following someone. See? Or they have read the books and they have done that. But they have never understood that dharma, karma, upasana is all part of prakriti. It is not part of consciousness. They can be tools for surrendering to be the consciousness, but they cannot take you there because you are already that. So socho. So dharma, karma and upasana are focusing on prakriti, the matter. Dharma, I have to do my duty. I have to do sadhana, I have to do meditation, I have to do my japa, I have to do my puja, I have to do my duty towards my parents, I have to do my duty towards my children. All this is at prakriti level. If your focus is on the consciousness on the other person, you will not do anything. You will remain in communion with that consciousness. Like many people, when they go to Mahatmas, what do you speak? You just sit looking at them. No words come out of your mouth, isn't it? And want to achieve fulfillment of their desires, they are dull-witted. So those people who do dharma, karma and upasana, they only want results. Whether those results are of the world or whether the results are of divinity. Going to Saket, going to Kailash, going to Satyalok, going to Swarga. All this is for the ignorant people. We are giving you the viewpoint, eagle's viewpoint from the one without a second. It is everything. We are not against all this. But if you are caught up in desires, if you are doing your sadhana to fulfill my desires, then we are going the wrong way. Like one lady came in 2018, when you came first time. From India wale bhi the na us wale group mein. So she came, her son was having cancer. And she came only for her son. And he became okay. Now he's got a child, 3-year-old baby. तो किस लिए आई थी वो? Originally it was for Kailash. In between, the son was only one son, diagnosed with cancer, 29-year-old. Suddenly the focus of Kailash turned to the recovery of the child. What is this? My dharma. Isn't it my duty to pray for my child? Have you taken the responsibility for the world? Did you create the world in the first place? तो जो इसमें इतना सब करते हैं ना, ये मैं तुम्हारे लिए पूजा कर दूंगा, पंडित जी हमारे लिए एक अष्टोत्तरी लगा देना लाइन में, यहाँ से पैसे भेज देंगे, वहाँ पे अष्टोत्तरी उसने की या नहीं की भगवान जानता है. All this is sheer stupidity. If you want to do sadhana, if you want to do, you do it yourself and do it for the ultimate, for the complete dissolution of the I, not for anything else. One absolute conscious existence is nirmalam, that is uncontaminated by all experiences of existence, jagrat, swapna, sushupti, samadhi, which is ever shining. So who is this? What is nirmalam? That you who is untouched by the waker, waking world and waking experience, dreamer, dream world and dream experience, sleepers and zero experience, and the samadhi experience. None of these four touch the conscious principle that I am, be that. Now, what will you do to be that? You are always that. तो क्या करना है? If life is bringing you to the satsang, be here, reveling in yourself. If the life takes you to sleep, let the mind be empty and revel in yourself. If the mind takes you to a puja, do the puja, but because you have done it so many times, it will happen automatically, but revel in yourself while doing the puja. You are doing japa, let the japa, the mouth is doing the japa, the mind is doing the japa. Consciousness doesn't do the japa, consciousness is watching. अच्छा ड्रामा चल रहा है. पहले ज़्यादा विचार आ रहे थे, अब कम आ रहे हैं. अरे, I am becoming single pointed. Suddenly the eye pops up. No, you are the witness, untouched by anything. Our reaction to any happening of life shows if one is on the adhyatmic spiritual path or not. So, what does it mean? Should we show any reaction? If we show reaction, then it is adhyatmic path, or if we show no reaction, then it is adhyatmic path. Huh? No reaction. Samatvam yoga uchyate. Remain in the center. If good comes, no excitement. Sorrow comes, no excitement. If we have achieved charan sparsh, no excitement. If we have not achieved, no excitement. If we have altitude sickness, no excitement. Watch. It's altitude sickness is for the mind, not for you, the consciousness. And if you are healthy, don't rub it into others that I didn't have, you had. Keep quiet, mouth shut. Maintain the centered poise. That's the game of life. Every experience of life should lead us to absolute reality. Then alone one is living in awareness. So every word that is coming out of my mouth, every word that you are hearing, every sound that coming from outside, your changing of position where you are sitting right now, flipping of the page, that tearing of the tape, everything is being registered by your senses. Are those all stimuli taking you back to being the witnessing consciousness? Or are you reacting? Can't they stop for 15 minutes? Can't they do it slowly? Don't they know we are having a satsang? Blah, 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 blah. So it's a commentary that goes on, isn't it? Remain centered. Just like when we were in Pashupatinath temple and so much was going on and we are sitting in meditation after chanting. इतना आवाज घंटी बज रही है, ये हो रहा है, कोई चिल्ला रहा है, शंभो ये वो सब कुछ सुनाई दे रहा है, but you were in silence, isn't it? वैसा keep that disposition 24/7. See how quickly everything undoes itself. So every experience, not only puja experience, not only Kailash experience, not only if I go into a room and there is nice agarbatti experience, how divine. Agarbatti divine, बेवकूफ बना रहे हो क्या दुनिया को? किसी ने शंख बजा दिया, oh what nice vibration. Whom are you fooling, man? But we have given that all these things more importance than the centered poise. We have forgotten that. The dull-witted do not recognize the one without the second absolute infinite reality. They make it difficult. You are already that, and we keep delaying our union with ourselves. We keep delaying our dissolution. In sleep, every day is happening. We keep delaying there by not remaining awake in sleep. See? Sankalpa sakshinam jnanam. Sankalpa sakshinam jnanam. Sarvalokaika jivanam. Sarvalokaika jivanam. Tadasmiti cha yo veda. Tadasmiti cha yo veda. Samukto natra sanshayah. Samukto natra sanshayah. The witnessing consciousness of all the beings is one. The consciousness in you, in you, in you, in her, in every plant, animal, human being, mosquito, amoeba, that COVID, that is also virus. Consciousness is exactly the same. It is not separate. The water is water, whether it is a destructive tsunami or it is a gentle wave. It is the same. It is a high tide or a low tide. Water is the same. So, you are the witnessing consciousness of all beings is one. Just like you are the one mind which is remaining constant in spite of the entire world of dream taking place. Mind is same. Exactly the same way. The consciousness is same. So there in the dream consciousness was the common denominator, and that consciousness then borrowed itself to all the beings in the dream. Consciousness in the people in the dream did not come from outside. It was you only. They popped up in your mind, and your consciousness was alone expressing through all the beings and animals and plants in the dream, isn't it? Exactly the same thing is happening here also. But everything is happening so slow that we think there is separate consciousness. It is not so. There is only one consciousness. So therefore, beings are one, and it is me. Then that consciousness I am. The one who realizes this and can maintain this awareness all the time is considered to be liberated. So when you see that you alone are expressing through everything and everyone, then will you hate anything? Will you love anything? Will you detach from anything? Will you get attached to anything? Because again, this idea that I am attached, I have to detach, this is also an imagination. There is nothing called attachment and detachment, because you can never get attached. Eyes do not get attached to any form or color. Ears don't get attached to any form. Tongue doesn't get attached to any taste. Your mind, the nose doesn't get attached to any breath in or out. It continuously comes. The mind is not attached to any thought. The witnessing consciousness is not attached to waking dream or deep sleep. It aaja bhai, ja raha ja. It has got nothing to do. No, I want to remain awake. You cannot. After 2 days you will sleep. So nothing is possible. This attachment itself is, this word itself is a misnomer. Nothing can be attached, you can get attached to. But this ego has imagined, because it survives on attachment. And ego is what? I told you before, that which does not exist. It is a phenomena. So are you a phenomena, I, or are you the consciousness which is eternal? Decide. The one who focuses his or her attention on the one absolute infinite reality, the common denominator, recognize that I am that. This is the mantra which roared out of the mouth or in the mind of Nisargadatta Maharaj from Mumbai. Uneducated fellow, I told you the story. When the perception is not followed by projection, when the perception does not influence the perceiver, that is the witness of all thoughts. It is like being a mirror. So what is that perception followed by projection? This is, eyes went to Nagaraj. Why is he looking so intensely? What is he looking at my face? I'm projecting now. I'm not accepting the way he is. I'm projecting. Why is he sitting like that? Why is he shaking his leg? Oh, then suddenly, oh, he answered the last question, nice. So suddenly a different train of thoughts has gone. Now what is happening? I'm not accepting what was there. I have given it my own color from memory. Everything that we know about anything is only out of memory. If there's no memory, there's only mirror. Then what he comes, if you go to a mirror, whatever it presents itself in front of the mirror reflects back. So you go with anger will get reflected. You go with jealousy will get reflected. You go with love will get reflected. You go with wanting or with intense liberation, then that will get reflected. See? So make your mind like that. Continuously perception through the five senses is taking place. Don't allow the mind to react. Let it remain in the center. Then the mind becomes mirror. When the perception, independent conscious existence is sankalpa sakshinam jnanam, that I am, he is liberated, untouched by the experience of life. We must remain such. We must remain like a lotus in the dirty pond, untouched by the dirtiness of the world, of the pond. So this whole world of change is nothing but muck. By the time I think I got some hot water to drink, and after some time it has become cold. I thought that gulab jamun is nice. After some time I get diabetes. Nothing can satisfy you in this world. It will have some effect. Remain in the center. Remain in the center. Independent conscious existence is sankalpa sakshinam. Sankalpa means all the thoughts that are coming in your mind. Are you creating the thoughts or they are appearing? Think about it. Normally the ego says, I am thinking, I said so. Or every thought in your mind is a result of the circumstances. Either the present circumstances or the memories, which are appearing as desires. And you are the witness. And that's why you can recall what was said just 1 minute ago. Sankalpa sakshinam jnanam sarvo laukaika jivanam tadasmiti cha yo veda samukto natra sanchaya. The one who remains in this disposition, there is no doubt that he is liberated. Pramata cha pramanam cha. Pramata cha pramanam cha. Prameyam pramitistatha. Prameyam pramitistatha. Tasya bhasavabhaset. Tasya bhasavabhaset. Manam jnanaya tasya kim. Manam jnanaya tasya kim. Now these are the three which go into making a thought. The knower, the means of knowledge. The pramata is the knower. The means of knowledge is the prameyam, and pramanam the object of knowledge, and the object and the knowledge of the object. So the knower, the means of knowledge, the object of knowledge, and the knowledge of the object, all are illuminated by the consciousness of the self. Meaning, you are that who is illuminating the subject. You are illuminating the object. You are illuminating the instrument of knowledge, and you are illuminating the intelligence, the knowledge that is taking place. So all four are being illuminated by the consciousness. But what do we live as? An experiencer of the experienced object, and then say, I know, I don't know, this, that, etc. You are the witness. To know the self-illuminating self, what is the need for any other means of knowledge? Self is self-knowing, Sat Chit Anand. Consciousness, the Chit, is self-knowing, it is self-illuminating, it does not need any other light by which it can be illuminated. You chant the mantra, na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam, nema vidyato bhati kutoyam agni, tameva bhantana anubhati sarvam, tasya vasa what is that? Sarva Vibhati. So, the five sources of light, the sun, the moon, the stars, the lightning, and the fire, none of them can illuminate the consciousness. Neither the eyes can illuminate the consciousness, neither the mind can illuminate the consciousness, nor the intellect can illuminate the consciousness. Why? Consciousness is self-illuminating. It reveals itself. No amount of thinking can make you comprehend or grasp the consciousness, because you are it. Because you are, therefore thinking is happening. Four factors are involved in every experience. You can read that. Pramata is the knower, Pramana, the medium of knowledge, Prameya, the object of knowledge, Pramiti, the knowledge of the object. All these components of knowledge are illuminated by the light of consciousness that I am. Therefore, this witnessing consciousness cannot be known by any one of the above four components. Thus, this is a subjective experience. And when you have to practice this, put in place this subjective experience, every moment of your existence. Every moment of your existence. Not one day when I sit in meditation. Not when every new year when I put the resolution in, then I'll start meditating. It doesn't work that way. अभी पहले ही वर्ष में आया था ना, make every moment of your experience into a conscious existence, conscious experience, conscious awareness. That is what it is, a subjective experience in spite of all this going on. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Just sit quietly for a moment.
一个是在哪买，一个是价值买的。1967前6号，一个是2块9块，还有一个是2块9块的推提子，让他们这边反应过来的时候，该上是正的，这边慢慢可以，是吧
Hari Om.